Today I want to do kind of a side-by-side comparison, and I don't know how well this is going to work, of the Apple Maps. You see the iPad. I've got an iPad 2 here on the left, and then I have my Nexus 7, Google Nexus 7 here on the right. And I have them both kind of zoomed in on the same location. This happens to be a warehouse where I'm at right now. And so what I'm going to do is zoom in and see how far I can zoom in and how clear the picture remains. And so we can see there that there are cars right there that are parked, and so that kind of gives you an idea of you can tell that they're cars, but they do look a bit fuzzy. Now that's on the iPad. So we'll go over here to the Nexus, give that a chance to focus, and then I'm going to zoom in. Now these are going to be different cars because it's a different satellite image, I think. Yeah, it's a different image. It's the same cars. They're just, I think there's just more people at work, on the day that Google took the image versus the day Apple took the image. But you can see that I can actually zoom in quite a bit farther. That's maximum here on the Nexus versus the iPad. You saw that everything was kind of fuzzy, and so you can see that the Google Maps definitely are rendering more detail. The cars are more distinct. You can tell which ones are cars and which ones are pickups and so on and so forth. And then we'll move back over. This is the Apple satellite image, and of course there we're zoomed in all the way, and then you can see, and the phone, my camera here has focus, so it's not that it's out of focus. It's just that the Apple satellite image is just not as distinct as it's just not as good as the Google image is. We're back to the Nexus, and so let me zoom back out, and I could zoom in on some other detail, but a parking lot. I'm looking at parking lots all the time because I'm in a warehouse. I'm in a cold storage warehouse right now, and this is the type of place that I go to all the time, and so I'm always looking for, especially places I haven't been before, I'm looking for truck parking, and that's what we see right here, where my finger is truck parking. Can I park there overnight? What are the details? What kind of roads are there? What sort of roads do they have? And with the more distinct it is, the better it is for me, because then I can, especially if it's a gravel road, if it's more distinct, it just shows up. I'm able to make more sense of it. So, but that's kind of a direct comparison of the Google images versus the Apple images. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the iPad, so we'll zoom out, and then there's this place across the road, and so we'll just kind of zoom in on it. This is on the iPad right now, so we have I don't know if those are sort of rail cars or there's some sort of trucks or containers, not exactly sure, but we'll go back. Now we're on the Nexus, and we can see the same. There's some sort of they are containers. See, I can tell that they're containers right here because it's more distinct. The Google map is more distinct. I can tell those are indeed containers versus on the iPad. You can see that they are fuzzy looking. So they don't. Maybe you can tell they're containers, maybe you can't, but they're pretty fuzzy looking. But on the Google version, you can see that you can zoom in farther, and you get a lot more detail out of it. So what I'm finding all over the country, and you know, just looking all over the world, you know, sometimes I sit and look at the Google Maps, Google satellite images. They are more distinct than what Apple has. So I'm still very disappointed with Apple satellite images, and of course the Google trumps it because Google still has Street View and Apple does not have a Street View, and they probably never will have a Street View. So just a little overview of the difference between the maps on Apple versus the Google Maps, the Google satellite images.